villains.
On
Three
to-
view here, part 3 of the Justice League possibility movie, which we do believe would be amazing. This is our rants and just raw thoughts of what they could do or what's going on with it. But we talked quite a bit about the good side of it, the Justice League. Now let's go evil. Let's talk about some of the baddies that we could possibly have.
Well, first off, I think like for a Justice League movie, like like how in the Avengers they're all assembling to stop Loki. Instead of like one villain, it's actually like a league of evil. Like all these villains are coming together, and they're the only people that can stop them.
There was I want to say an animated version of that premises with I can't even think of his name, but he's the richest man, and he's got that awesome chops.
There's plenty of people.
No, I'm described like 5 different characters, but he put up $1 million budget.
Yeah. What's his name?
Yeah.
Adam Savage.
Savage. That guy. They did a animated version of that, and I think that would be awesome because each person had their version of someone to go against instead of just, like you said, the Avengers. They had one main person. A good Justice League I would assume they would utilize everyone's different capabilities and skills to abolish a team, which I think is awesome.
Like, if you're gonna do Superman, like, obviously Lex Luthor is a choice for it.
That would be like
That's kind
of everyone's main two.
Lex Luthor or Brainiac, but I think Brainiac would work. Like, say if they ever do a Man of Steel sequel, like, it's like Man of Steel 2, then Justice League, sort of like that.
Mm-hmm. That would, yeah. So start introducing like aspects of we could be the Man of Steel introducing a Justice League type thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome.
I think, and like for a Batman villain, I don't think the Joker is a good fit for him. Quite frankly, he is too chaotic to be controlled.
They would have to do someone like...
I think the Riddler would be a really good choice.
I love the Riddler. I think he's a great opponent to begin with, but I think they use Bane in the version I'm talking about.
Yeah. I think... And Riddler would work simply because when it comes to Batman, physically, Batman could kick his ass.
Well, yeah.
Mentally, however, the Riddler has him.
Yeah. Enigma is pretty... He's that idiot savant type genius where you're like, wow, that really come about? Like, seriously?
Now, his major flaw is obviously he talks in riddles and he might even give the plan away. But still, he is probably a good fit for a team.
Yeah, I would say almost everything Riddler's ever involved in movie-wise, either animation or real life, with the version with Jim Carrey playing Riddler, it was a team.
Yeah, and even the Schumacher movies got that right.
Yeah.
The only thing they did, one of the few things they did get right.
Right. Poor Schumacher. He's going down in history as one of the worst Batman movie makers ever.
I like Lost Boys too.
So did I.
I think for a Wonder Woman movie, I'm probably gonna say her name wrong, but Panthera? Is that it? No.
Talk about Chitara?
The one that's a cheetah.
Chitara.
Yeah, Chitara would probably be the fit.
That's the one that What
Doom?
movie was that I watched? Because that's who they picked.
Justice League Doom?
I think it was Doom, because I think the three of us watched it. It was Doom.
And I think that being, because I hate to say it, Wonder Woman is again a one-note key.
And that, yeah, she was. She was almost a supporting character.
Or, heck, you can even, I would say introduce her sister, her evil sister, but she kind of, if you're going to do that, I would only do that, say, in a Wonder Woman movie.
I would say,
sort of
name 30 people that know about that.
Sort of like what they did with Thor, like where like it's real when you come down to it, it's really Thor versus Loki.
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 I'm almost throwing Loki at you.
It would have worked like sort of like what they did with that. For a Flash movie, probably a Gorilla's God. Gorilla Zod.
Gorilla Zod, really? That's what you just called him?
I know I'm screwing up his name, so forgive me on that. I think he would work in a Justice League movie because, quite frankly, him and Luthor get along quite well.
They actually team up at one point, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Hell, the only two difference between those two is, well, one's a gorilla and the other has
I
mind
would say
control.
one's a gorilla and one's a.
One has mind control, but even then, Lex Luthor did mind control Superboy for a while. So
Yeah, yes, he did. Yeah, that would work out actually rather well.
Aquaman, obviously Black Mantis.
That's the only person that would actually fit out.
Yeah, it is.
There is no other Aqua.
You can use his brother, but his brother, he's not really for world domination. He
just wants to.
He just wants to control Atlantis. So.
Yeah, all he wants is to be the ruler of Atlantis and become Aquaman, or what the status of Aquaman has. So, if anything, it'd be like a side story that touched on like 3 times, if that. But so yeah, it'd have to be Mantis because that's the only one that really would fit for the movie.
As for obviously Sinestro's a choice for him, but
well, that's because that's the only one that would fit perfect.
But I'm trying to think of another good Green Lantern villain. I would say the Star Sapphire, but according to our fantasy draft, that wouldn't happen because, well, Hal Jordan. That's really more of a Hal Jordan villain right there.
Yeah, and we established in I think it was part 2. We don't want to see Hal Jordan. We have other.
We want to see a Green Lantern, just
not Hal Jordan. We're done with Jordan.
Like maybe like a Sinestro because he's basically evolved in this.
Yeah. There'd be a couple Lantern baddies that they could introduce, done right.
I hate to include on your pink shirt, but the Red Lanterns wouldn't really work in this situation considering they are in far off space and quite frankly they don't really care what happens.
Yeah, they really would not give a crap about any Justice League bullcrap unless it touched into their dimension, which they never do go to. So
even then, probably just go rage,
right, and win. Because I'm a Red Lantern, I'm a fan of Red Lantern, so they just go rage and win.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
about every. That'd be the equivalent to all the bad people that we could think of for a Justice League movie. Is instead of just doing one central baddie like Darkseid or something, it'd be better as a team.
Yeah, I think that would work.
Because I thought the Avenger movie was a decently put movie, but considering they all fought for one person, who actually went down rather easy in the end.
Yeah, well,
it didn't work out as a movie. It's like you let up all this crap, and all of a sudden that said, "Here, I surrender and I give up," but in a sense, kind of did.
Yeah. No, we are not ditching Loki as a character.
No, I love Loki. He is an amazing character. It's just the way it was written kind of like made him out to be a little chump.
Like, let's say if whatever Superman, like, let's hypothetically say let's hypothetically say Man of Steel 2 came out and this is like, say, a Flash movie. You probably you see a scene where like you go, like Luthor's at Arkham Asylum and like you see the Riddler out there, and they're just talking about their plans, and you just see Luther going, "We wait."
Right. Yeah, that would work perfect. And like little by little, they start assembling this little group of, we're gonna take over the world. So we kind of like a drafting type thing.
And then, like, say for a Flash movie, like they discover the city of gorillas. Huh.
Right.
They discover the city of the gorillas, and and Luther just basically gives them an equal. If you give me this, I'll give you the city. So just basically that. Huh.
Yeah, it gives them like a semi ultimatum, but a win-win on Luther's part and a win-lose on Gorilla God's part.
For yeah, like oh, which was the other one we picked?
For who?
Sinestro. That's it.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is obviously would be a revenge story for Sinestro, where thinking of more like what's it called, Gorilla Zod and Luther create a device where they sort of like teleport Sinestro here.
That or Sinestro just comes out of.
Because if they do make let's say they do our plan and just do a sequel to Green Lantern, where instead of he turns into a Yellow Lantern, and instead of being in prison, he had the choice of being in prison for life or get teleported and help zap them and plan his revenge against Hal Jordan.
That would work.
Except little does he know, it's really Guy.
That'd be awesome.
Speaking of Green Lantern, wouldn't it make more sense if we're gonna do that if say the reason John Stewart is the Lantern right now is a Lantern is because right now he's in space fight going to help fight against the Red Lanterns?
Yeah, that could be introduced, but
Yeah, or he had to go back to Oa for some odd reason.
yeah, like where he's out on a mission and like had to come back to report to the council.
So in the
And
meantime,
they was like, well, we'll send someone else to handle this little situation. You go help with this situation, which is like a lot worse, and will like defeat our people.
yeah,
So you go handle that.
could introduce a Blackest Night story.
They really could almost.
Well, no, first they gotta do the Sinestro Wars first, but
Well, yeah, that would have to come first because you can't have the Blackest Night without the Sinestro Wars.
yeah.
Because half the lanterns wouldn't be where they're at right
Yeah.
now without the Sinestro Wars.
But this is like the longest video we've done so far.
It's topping. But yeah. That's our thoughts of the baddies of a Justice League movie. We prefer a group and little by little like draft people for the bad guy group. So that I think it's all feasible. If y'all think of something better, comment, make your own video. Tell us how we're stupid for thinking the way we do. I don't care.
All right.
Get a hold of us, shit. Get some.
All right. See ya.
3 of you out. Later, y'all.